What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.
NBS has been supporting us, and that putia, the money that comes into our club, goes into all the things that help our club run. Banking for life, we view that as ka pai ki muri, ka pai ki mua, ka pai ngā mea katoa.
Welcome to Football Focus, your go-to for everything football on the top of the South. Welcome back, Skippy. Nice to have you here, mate.
Good to see you, mate.
Don't wear my sweatshirt. So look, I haven't got I've just got a plain one on, but it's got a space for branding.
Yeah.
So
We did ask for people to start sending them
and
in.
they didn't.
Yeah, I thought Tahuna would have jumped on there straight away, to be honest.
They put their sticker on the wall.
Yeah, it's still there. I don't know how that stayed there. I think Hottie seen it at the weekend when we came in after our game.
Well, I think one of them when we interviewed, as soon as he walked in, he just went slap on the wall.
Yeah.
It stayed there.
We'll just keep it there till someone takes it down.
Our very special guest is Sam Shelling. G'day, Sam. Nice to have you here, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Chris.
Now, this was per chance, really. Skippy didn't know too much about this, but Sam is doing some work experience at Uniquely Nelson with his marketing studies at the moment, so getting some practical stuff on board, and we just happened to have a conversation. He says, "Oh, you do that football podcast?" And, well, who are you? And then he told me his story, and he goes, "Yeah, no, I know, Skippy." And so there you go. We thought, well, why not take the opportunity to have a chat to Sam? Now, Sam, tell us a little bit about your background. So, are you originally from Nelson? Did you grow up here?
Yeah, so grew up in Nelson, lived the first 16 years here, then shot off to Christchurch for a year, and then the last 2 years has been over in the States.
Okay, so the connection with football, that's always been with Nelson Suburbs?
No, originally
No.
I was out at a club just locally based in Wakefield.
The Wakefield Club?
Yeah, so
yeah.
club
No.
called Waimea Plains.
Oh, yes, yes, right.
Grew out that way. So I got started there, played first, I think from about 6 years old to about 9 years old. I was out at Wakefield, just enjoying it, having a good time. Then I think when I was 11, I came to Nelson Suburbs, had a trial with one of their youth teams, and they said, "Nah, you're not joining us."
Right.
So I didn't make the team. Went and played for gotten at a team at Richmond that year. So I played a season at Richmond and came back and trialled again at Suburbs the next year and got in and I've been at the club I was there from 12 to 17.
Wow.
Suburbs,
Okay.
yeah.
So is this the Skippy era or?
This was the Skippy era.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've been there a few years now.
Yeah. Yeah. I coached first, though. I didn't just always work there. I coached first. So I started coaching when I moved up here in 2012. I got involved with the Falcons with Davor and then hadn't really got a club yet, but had played against Suburbs for Coastal Spirit. So I had a couple of chats with Gary Hinks at Canterbury Awards about moving up. And yeah, so when we came, Suburbs, I went and played, but also just coached some of the youth teams, which was really good fun. And again, was working with my business in town. So yeah, I was there since 2012, really coaching and playing. So yeah.
So you remember young Sammy turning up?
Yes, Sam was in a group of boys that we sort of came to the club sort of under 12 level. Some of them had been there longer, but yeah, I've gone on to play for the first team in Division 1 and have been around the club for a long time, which is good.
So in fact, it looks like in your younger years, you know, they must have liked the cut of your jib after knocking you back the first time. When you came back, they actually made you captain of some sides. Is that right?
Yeah, when I came back in the under 13 side. Yeah, was the captain of the team then, and yeah, loved it. Enjoyed the responsibility of it.
So then you stuck with the club right through. So then you went on, you know, playing first and then mainland, or had you gone down to Christchurch by then?
No. So yeah, I stuck with the club. We had a few different academies up and running back in Nelson, and we had the Paul Eiffel had an academy here in Nelson, which
yes.
I remember the first time that's when I met Skiffy, was out with that academy. And then obviously Nelson Suburbs Academy got started and I got to go into that system, and that academy was brilliant going through there. And yeah, just got to captain the team through those years, and yeah, just kept training with the club and started to get men's opportunities. I think it was 15 years old, got to play with the first division team.
Yeah.
And then, I remember traveling with the first team down to Christchurch when I was 15. Got my starting debut with the club when I was 16 against, I think it was Cashmere Technical at home.
Yep.
It was the first game. Yeah, I loved it. And then, stuck with the club all those years. And then, I got an opportunity to go to boarding school down in Christchurch. So that was the reason for that shift, and moved down to Christchurch for a year then. Yeah.
Well, was there a connection? Because you went to Christ College, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So was there a connection with Christ? That your old man wasn't an old boy or anything like that? Or you just decided that they would like experience a bigger school?
My uncle, he went there.
Ah, right.
But it wasn't a super close connection there. No one else on just my immediate family. No one had been to Christ College. But just got talking to the school. I'd actually, a couple of years prior to that, been on a trial for New Zealand secondary schools.
Oh, wow.
And
right.
the coach of Christ College had come up to me and had a quick chat with me and said, hey, like, if you're ever in town. And 2 years later, the opportunity came up and took it. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So on to Christ College, and then a connection with Cashmere Technical. So how did that come about?
Yeah, Skippy helped me out with that one. He had a
Coastal.
couple.
Nah, Cashmere Technical at that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a couple.
A few irons and a few fires, haven't you?
We have a lot of friends involved with Cash Tech, and always been very good at bringing young players through. Not to say that Coastal Spirit haven't, but they've a real focus on the first team and the women's first team, and the youth with the Otakara thing has sort of taken that away from the club and more of a thing. So just the people that we know at Cash Tech, good people, good coaches, and it was a good place for Sammy to go and play football.
So you would play for Christ College and then also Cash Tech as well? Is that how it worked? Or?
Yeah, there's a good system down in Christchurch with the school football. They play weekly every Wednesday. They have their school football league, and then you play obviously with your club team on Saturday and train with your club team throughout the week as well. So I was lucky enough to go in and be a part of Cashmere Technical's team. They got to go in and train with the first team and see how much I could get involved there. I didn't get many minutes for the boys there, but it was a great environment to be a part of, and really privileged to be in that environment down there.
And part of a team that won the English Cup.
I think I subbed on in one of the group stages early on, played about 20 minutes, and then obviously it was pretty cool to see the boys win that and actually have got some minutes in that, but that wasn't a key part of that team.
So what happened? You're now at, is it Carson-Newman University?
Yes.
And where is that?
It's a school in America, in East Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah. So we play in the South Atlantic Conference over there. And pretty much I finished up my year in Christchurch. And again, Skippy helped me out. We got in contact with an agency called Platform Sports Management, and they take athletes over to America, and then they can study in the States while playing the sport. So I got a football scholarship offer from Carson-Newman University, and took it. Got to come back, play in Nelson for about 6 months because the years line up differently. So I got to play back at Suburbs from January through to August.
And that was with the Southern League side?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So while you're at Christ College and doing Cash Tech, they must have, even though you were saying you weren't getting too many minutes, did you end up playing more regularly at that level before you got the scholarship, or how did that work?
Yeah, when I came back to Suburbs that next year, I was getting more regular minutes.
But had you already got the scholarship by then?
It was in the stages between that January, February. So I had a couple months with the Suburbs first.
But they must have seen you play, so you might be playing at more local level. How did they get to see that this guy's got a little bit of talent, and or was it purely based on academia?
No, so they do it through a lot of video. So
right.
You create highlight clips, and then obviously you have your footballing CV next to it, where you just take down the teams you've played for. I was fortunate enough; I got to put down that I played for the New Zealand secondary schools under 19s team. That year that I was in Christchurch, got selected for that squad as well, which was a huge benefit.
So you were playing sort of more of the local league, first division for Cashmere Tech, is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's where they got the footage of what you were doing.
Yeah, got a bit of footage from that and different tournaments all over.
Under 19s, we had quite a bit from under 19s. Again, just with Platform and their role within it is they sort out all the academic side, the visa and stuff like that, but also creating a profile player profile and sort of advertising these boys around and girls, because we've had quite a few. The good thing about Tennessee was Stevie Lyons, who used to play for Nelson Suburbs, is the head coach. And Stevie and Bigsy have a great relationship, and we were able to contact Stevie and speak to him, knowing him and him playing in Nelson before, so that helped as well. So it's a very good school, and Sammy's really enjoying his time there, which is good.
So we'll come back to the university stuff, because you did find yourself involved in the New Zealand secondary schools side. Is that right?
That's correct.
So tell us, how did that come about?
So they do trials in Christchurch,
right,
and all throughout the region to go into this team called New Zealand Secondary Schools Football, and they just select a squad from the country of all the boys who go and trial in these trials. So I went down and trialed when I was 14, I think, for the under-15 squad. Nothing really came of it. Got to go up for another trial, but after that didn't get selected. And then I think it was a year or two later, I was 17, and I got to trial for the under-19 squad, and they thought the trial went really well and got to be a part of that squad. We were supposed to go overseas, but we didn't end up doing it. It was around COVID and everything.
COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
So we just ended up playing against it was the under-19s New Zealand Maori squad. So we got to go up to Auckland and stay there for a week and train and play and verse them in a couple games.
Yeah, right.
Brilliant experience.
Yeah. Awesome. So obviously that's good on the CV when you're knocking on the door for
100%.
Tennessee. So you get the scholarship, and the other side of that, apart from the football, is the fact that you get a chance to also study for what do they call it over there, a degree? Or
it's still the same thing, university degree. So I'm doing marketing and management at the moment over there. Absolutely loving it.
Fantastic. That's great, isn't it? And so and the scholarship pays for all that, or how does that work with fees?
It depends on, again, you can get different percentages for different things. So if you're very academic, then you can get a little bit off for that. And if you're football and they high regard, but the good thing for the boys and girls is it can always change. So if they do, you say they get a 50% scholarship, if they're doing really well in class and in performances and training, it can change. So again, it's up to them to sort of push themselves when they get there, and the better they do, the better financially it is for them as well. The boys and girls that we've sent over, again, some of them do change what they're studying through semesters and stuff. So there's opportunities for that as well. So it's a great opportunity for them. Again, I was speaking to a parent a couple of months ago. They were looking at going to Australia, and I think working at, I can't remember the name of the university, but it was going to cost them 80,000 over 2 years. Like, it's a lot of money to just go to Australia. So the opportunity to go further afield to the US and to get the big thing for me is to get a degree at the end of it. The football is the bonus on top. So to go and live away from home and experience a new culture, and I think it's brilliant for them. And again, when I was younger, a lot of our boys didn't have the opportunities to do that. So I think it's a great opportunity to go and see the world.
Well, tell us about that. First of all, you go to Tennessee. Is it much different to growing up in Nelson and living in Christchurch? So from just basically living there, but also from the football side of things as well, is there a vast difference?
Yeah, I mean, both sides of it are completely different. Going over there, I'd never been to America before, so it's just jump on the plane, didn't really know what to expect or what was going to happen, and I absolutely loved it. Just got on the plane straight away, started talking to people, talked to everyone in the airport, met so many people on my way over there. Got to Tennessee, and we were just getting picked up and driving there on the wrong side of the road. Like, I packed my suitcase, so I had like 5 jackets on because it was winter here, and I was trying to fit all my clothes into one suitcase to go over to the States. So I get there, and I actually got hopped out of the plane in Texas, and I was like absolutely sweating. It was like over 40 degrees, 5 jackets on. Finally got over to America and just walking around campus, everything. I was absolutely buzzing. Like the amount of, it's just professional facilities everywhere, and that's the big difference. They put a lot of money into it over in the States. So we were walking around, like looking at all the recovery facilities. We had a brand new turf field on our campus. I was just walking around absolutely buzzing.
So they all artificial pretty much over there?
A lot of them are. There's still, in my conference, we've got a few grass fields as well. We're quite privileged with our university to have a separate.
You've got both, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a direct soccer field. So it's been a shift again, shifting from football to soccer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some of the universities will play on a turf that they'll use for American football, soccer, the whole lot. And yeah, we're lucky enough to have a dedicated soccer field.
That's the ones you see, Chris, and they've got a million lines on them.
Yeah.
If you're watching a football match, you don't know where the outline is because there's like American football stuff.
So at least you know how many meters you've got.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Honestly, when we play on the other fields, I'm absolutely lost. Yeah.
And just on the football side of it, Sam, what would you say? We talk about football styles.
Yeah.
What in the college system? What sort of style of football would you say it is? Is it high tempo, very physical, or is it more a controlled possession based game? Or what sort of differences would you see in the game here and in the game there?
Again, what you said there, high tempo and more physical. I'd say that's probably the biggest shift in it. Everyone's training, twice a day almost. Everyone's super fit physically, ready to go. So when we're out on the field, like there's 22 people out there sprinting 90 minutes the whole game. Another big shift in the way it runs over in the States is they've got rolling subs.
Oh, wow.
So essentially, like if you can work for 30 minutes, even if it's blazing hot, you're just gunning it for 30 minutes. Then you come off, take a rest, and you can come back onto the field.
Right,
I think that makes definitely a big shift in the way the game's played, just to keep that high intensity the entire time. Whereas here, it's, we'll
Say
probably have a bit more.
The Division 2 here, rolling subs is probably the same intensity.
Yes, that's right. Well, you're probably not far off.
But that's why we love rolling subs. You get a break in between.
Yeah.
But no, I
Just
just
it's
think,
normally because they do no training.
yeah, exactly.
But,
They're off after 5 seconds.
Not every day. Because, you're training, you told me earlier you train every day.
Yeah, we do. No, so a typical training week probably be Monday gym session, Monday afternoon on the field, Tuesday will be on the field, Wednesday game, Thursday gym and train, then Friday train again, more of a relaxed session. Obviously, the intensity is all based on when we are going to play the next game. So it shifts up and down. And then we play again on Saturday and then usually have a Sunday off. That would be in season when we're playing on a regular basis.
You're playing twice a week?
Twice a week.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What's your longest trip?
8 hours.
They've got big trips. I know
Yeah.
some of them have got ridiculous.
So you're flying everywhere, obviously.
No, we're on buses.
Yeah,
we're
they
on
drive.
buses.
They
But
get on the road, mate.
Jeez.
gas is cheap in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
And it's just, the scenery, is it just long, flat, straight roads or
Not where I am.
No, is that right?
It's big. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee. We're around the Smoky Mountains. So there's these big, beautiful mountains all around. Our biggest away trip, we drove from not just out of Knoxville, Tennessee, is where I'm based. And we drove all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico through Alabama. And we just got to this white sand beach. It was a 2-day trip, but it was well worth it just to see a part of the country and get to play football. It was brilliant.
Yeah, because I have seen some of the colleges have beds on board. For some
is that
of them,
right?
yeah, because they're traveling so long.
Yeah.
Because it's just cheaper
Jeez.
than flying.
So what are you complaining about going down to Dunedin?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what the boys are complaining about. Just drive down, lads. You'll be all right. No bed in a minibus.
The difference is they have to go to work in between, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so tell us about that mix of you're playing that football there, you're playing professionally, but as you evolve, you're also studying as well, and trying to keep up your grades. So as that evolves for you, where do you see your future? Do you see yourself with the future of football, or are you starting to get a bit of a feel for what you might like to do academically? Big question.
Yeah, big question. Big question.
Yeah.
I'm finding a lot of passion in both the sport side and learning about business has been a huge motivator for me recently. So I'm definitely balancing the passions. Football's been brilliant. It's opening so many doors for me in terms of travel, networking, and even the coaching side of it. So yeah, I'm using it as much as I can, enjoying it, keep training hard, working hard, and see what comes of it. But yeah, also definitely shifting to that academic focus and starting to learn in the business world as much as I possibly can.
So you'll just soak it all up, and then because how many more years have you got at Tennessee?
Right now I've got 2 years left.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll play that full competition, and then you don't have to make any decisions till the end of the third year, really, do you?
Yeah, exactly. So at the moment, the big goal for me is just network in the business world as much as I can, keep training hard and see what comes of it. Yeah.
And how are you guys going at the moment in your competition?
Bit of a, how did we go last season? Slightly rough season. last year.
Oh, yes, right. True.
Yeah, a few different difficult results that didn't probably go our way, but I think we'll be coming in relatively strong this year. So
Right. Okay.
yeah,
Just on that, do you want to give sort of people an outline of how your season works and when you go into pre-season and stuff? Because it's very different.
Right.
So do you want to explain what your sort of year looks like football-wise?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm set to go back over early August, and then we'll get there, and you've got about 3 weeks until the season starts. So we're getting our fitness programs, everything sent out right now. We've got to start all our
Oh,
pre-season.
so you'll be doing fitness here.
Oh yeah, I've just started.
Yeah, right.
That's
Hard
already,
work.
I'm feeling it. But no, get over there about 2 or 3 weeks of like hard pre-season training, and then you're just straight into it. Pre-season games, we have about 4 or 5, which are non-conference games, and essentially they just the way it works in America is they have a ranking list of all the teams, and that's how they base it for nationals. So we'll play a few games at the start of the season, which will help with our ranking, and then the conference will start. And during the conference, we're playing 2 games a week, Wednesday and Saturday. Traveling tons, always on the road. Like you finish class at, maybe 12 o'clock, go straight on the bus, drive down, go play a game, back on the bus, drive back, make it in time for class the next morning.
Wow, geez.
We've had games where we're back at 1, 2 a.m.
Wow. And so, and in between, you got to try and keep up your study as well.
Yeah, 100%. So
it's pretty hard, yakka.
it's balancing the two. The way what Skippy was saying before about how the seasons differ is we'll have our full season where it's 2 games a week, constant the whole way through. Then if you do well enough in your conference, you'll go through to the playoffs and then the national tournament at the end.
Yeah.
And then in the off season, which will be our spring semester, I think we play about 6 games that entire semester. And you're just training and preparing to go in to that full season. So that's the big focus is on the on season.
Yeah.
And with balancing the 2 academic, I think the universities over there do it really well because they know that the athletes have that, that physical strain as long as with the academic strain that they have to balance the 2. So they're really good and helpful at doing that. And as long as, you're staying on track, you go to all your classes, study hard, it's quite easy to manage as long as you just communicate the way it works. And you've got 20 people around you who are all doing the same thing as well. So that obviously helps you stay on track.
Who's the gun side in your conference? Who's the ones to beat?
Us.
Oh,
No,
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll go well this year? So a chance to go on to nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's confidence.
100%.
The best team in the country is Stanford, isn't it? In the men's universities. Is it Stanford? Did they win last?
I'm not sure who won.
I think Stanford are usually up there.
Right.
They've got a gun program, to be fair. A bit of money involved in that.
Geez, and so with the USA men's side, they're definitely improving, aren't they?
Oh, that league! Look at the size of it now.
Completely changed.
It's gone. They're just throwing. Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's still will. And
that's got to flow through at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Quick fire round. Favorite footballer, past or present?
Kante. N'Golo Kante. He's a Chelsea defensive midfielder.
Legend.
Defensive. Is that that's always been your position? Is that?
Played centre back for a while, but I'm playing there at the moment.
Right.
Defensive mid.
Toughest opponent you've faced so far?
Toughest opponent. Probably coming on against Skippy in the early days.
Against him?
There you go. Okay.
Why? When he was 13?
Yeah, 100%. Back off. I was in training when I was coaching, mate. At 1v1s.
That's why it was so difficult.
Okay, one thing you'd change about football if you could.
I like the rolling subs from the
do
state.
like rolling
Yeah,
subs?
I think I'd probably implement
So
that.
you don't find that you call off too much and then you've got to bang on. You're able to keep warm, and I suppose it's hot over there anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't find that you sort of lose the momentum.
No, I don't think so. I think
if
it's so constant.
Yeah, if you look what we've done in the Premier League with the more subs, I think it's aimed at to keeping the game at the tempo that people like to watch it.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that's the thing. And in America, it's a showcase. So I think that's the way they do it. I think it's done to keep the tempo in the game and keep it at a quick and watchable, watchable standard. So I love it.
It makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
Post-match go-to meal.
Pasta. Yeah,
Pasta.
pasta, definitely.
Good old pasta.
Yeah, can't go past them.
Very good. Hey, thanks, Sam. It's great background, and recommend it for other aspiring people to look at that as an opportunity.
100%. I think it's becoming a more popular option for everyone now. Yeah, definitely. If you're interested in studying and you want to keep pursuing your, sporting career, it's the best of both worlds, in my opinion.
So with the team that Sam was part of, as I said, they were a big group for a long time. I think there's 4 of you in the States now. Yourself, Jack, Noah, and Liam.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so 4 of that squad are now overseas, spread all over the place, but they're all over there. Yeah,
and that's just come from one team.
And that's one. And Jack's moved once. So again, if you're not enjoying it, you can move school. And I know Jack's moved one because Jack's very academic, and I think he was a bit frustrated with the football side of it. And so he made a move, and I think it's working out for him, and he's doing a lot better. And it's good.
Fantastic. All right, we'll have to keep an eye on Carson-Newman in the Trump country conference.
I'm keeping a close eye on everything.
It's you'd be pretty safe there, I think, in Tennessee.
That end, you're good. You're good up there, aren't you? Yeah.
All right, let's stick around, Sam, because we're going to do some picks and talk about what's happening in the local leagues. The Deliver Easy Chatham Cup round 3, and it sounds like an absolute cracker, Skippy. I was thinking 5-3. Geez, that was comfortable, but apparently there was a bit of work to be done.
Yeah, it was a funny old game. We didn't start too well. I think it's because we were on the bus all morning. But we conceded about 2 minutes in. I think it was 2 or 3 minutes in. A great finish by the young lad. He's bent it with the outside of his foot in the top corner, and Corey couldn't get near it. But then we sort of got back into the game and got on top, and unlucky not to score in the first half. And then we made a couple of changes at half time and changed the shape a little bit and got ourselves 2-1 up and then conceded in the 98th minute to make it 2-2, and extra time here we came, and we went 3-2 up in extra time with a header, and then we went to 4-2. And it was a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable, and then we conceded again, and it went to 4-3, and then we got another goal near the end to win 5-3. But great game, and just everyone in the squad was involved, and all the subs came on and did their job, which was fantastic. Marcelo came off the bench and scored 2. Austin Jeffries came off the bench and scored. Brock Cotton came off the bench and scored. Really good impact from the subs. So really happy with them and their attitude to it, and just a real squad win. I give the player of the day to the whole team because it was massive team performance. So, well done to them, because we left at 7:15 on Saturday morning, played the game Saturday afternoon, and first away win.
Mars goals were far post headers.
All 3 goals, Marcel's, Booth, and Lucas were all set piece. So Andy Gallagher
kept saying to Mar, "Get up!"
Yeah, Andy Gallagher, the set piece coach, is very happy.
I remember the first time he scored one, far post, and he smashed it with his head.
He's a big boy.
He's a big, tall lad, and we're thinking, you got to get in there.
Yeah.
So it's great to see him that paying off.
Yeah.
All right. So which means, Skippy, that you're still alive in the Chatham Cup.
Last 16 now. Yeah.
That's right. And so the draw was done, and Dunedin City Royals in the deep south down in Dunedin. So that's somewhere around the weekend of the 5th to the 6th of July.
Yeah, Matt Stringer, the treasurer, probably not happy with that one. Him and Gary Hinks will be working hard with the committee to figure out how we do this.
They have to go a whiskey sponsor or something.
We might have to start a GoFundMe page, but we'll do our best to give the boys the best travel that we can and what we can afford. New Zealand Football have reached out to say that they can help, which is fantastic. So we'll do the best that we can, and great opportunity for us to get into the last 8 in the country, which I think opens up games in Auckland and Wellington for the boys, which is why they play football. So we'll be going down there.
It might be cheaper to go to Wellington.
It probably will be. So hopefully we can go down there, perform well, and get through and put ourselves in the last 8 in New Zealand, which would be massive.
Oh, fantastic. Hard luck to the girls. It was going to be a tough call against Cashmere Tech, going down 4-0. It was always going to be a tall mountain to climb.
Yeah, I think speaking to Dave and the girls after the game, it was 4-0 at half time, I think, and they had a really good second half and sort of defended a lot better and got a few more chances. And as we said, it's a young Suburbs side. This is a year of probably learning. They're going to learn a lot from this year. But the girls have went down there, same as us, travelled down on the day, give a really good account of themselves, and yeah, should be very proud of their performance.
Nelson Bays Women's League, and if we look at the results, and FC Nelson Diamonds went down 7-0 to Golden Bay Shield Maidens, a strong side, the Shield Maidens. Richmond Swans 3-0 over Motueka Angels, so actually Angels actually putting up a good fight there. Richmond Foxes 6-0 over Sprig and Fern Tahuna, so they're really hitting their straps now, aren't they?
Yeah, 1-0 at half time that game.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, 1-0.
Right.
So yeah, Blenheim. Sprig and Fernal.
Yeah.
Feel a bit hard done by, but as I said, Foxes are a good side, and when they get going, they're hard to stop.
And check this out, the women's development side 1-1 with Mapua Cougars, so they'd be pretty happy with that.
Oh, the girls,
Yeah.
speaking to the coach, probably the most physical game. And David said it was brilliant for them to learn that, yeah, you have to be able to match it. You can't just be quicker and fitter. And yeah, you got to be able to do the other stuff. So they'll learn, disappointed probably that they only drew, but yeah, brilliant learning curve for them as well. So
Wakefield had the bye. And so looking at the draw for this weekend, this is where we do the picks, Sam. Mapua Cougars taking on the Golden Bay Shield Maidens. That's in Mapua.
Home team, Mapua.
Home team Mapua, going to be too strong.
on the Cougars, come on.
Nelson Suburbs Women's Development side taking on the Motueka Angels. That is at Saxon Field. You'd probably have to favour the development side, wouldn't you?
Young girls were too strong there.
I'll have to pick that one since you're both wearing blue. Getcar FC Nelson Diamonds taking on the Foxes. That is at the Botanics. Sammy?
Foxes, I think. Yeah, good team.
They're going to be too strong, aren't they?
Coming off a big one.
And here we go, Skippy. Wakefield FC ladies taking on Sprig and Fern Tahuna Breakers. That is at the Wakefield Domain.
Who's got the bye?
Richmond Swans.
I wonder if Swans are going to lend any players to
True.
Wakefield.
They might load it up.
They could have a few. Still can't see past Sprig and Fern.
If they haven't thought about it, they've thought about it now.
There we go. Get on the phone. Swans. Sasha, get on the phone. Sasha.
So you're picking Wakefield?
No, I'm still going to Sprig and Fern to Tahuna, but they can be a bit tighter if they've got a few coming in to help out. But fair play to Wakefield. I know their numbers are getting bigger every training session, and that's fantastic for the club. So well done to them.
Good stuff. All right, senior men's results, and we did mention that the week before. Yeah, Geezer was a bit short, wasn't he? 13-0. So he didn't really have the players on hand. So Rangers had the bye, and so on the weekend, Saturday, the reserves 5-2 over Richmond First. And you played in that game.
I played in that game.
So I had that game go.
Oh, it's a good
Sammy?
result. Yeah, take it. Happy 5-2 win.
Yeah. And how'd the game go? So what was that at halftime?
We were 2-2 at half time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, individual errors, I would say, for the 2 goals we conceded, and then just came out strong in the second half.
Had a bit of a
scored early and
chat about things. Yeah,
exactly. Just came out buzzing.
The reserves playing quite well at the moment, Skippy, aren't they?
Again, I always say it, and I say it every year. I've done it for 1 year. It's the hardest job at that club because you just don't know who you have. And yeah, you do feel sorry at times on Thursday when you've got to ring Phil and Andy and say, by the way, I'm taking 4 of them. So yeah, it is a hard job, and you consistency and squad doesn't help that you've got a different team every week. But the boys, again, they work hard, and we hope they're pushing to get in the first team and don't just get comfortable playing in Division 1. That's what they're there for. So Phil and Andy are doing a great job with those lads.
Under 18s had to back it up and go again against FC Nelson, but this time better result, 7-0. But FC obviously, too dominant in that game there. Sprig and Fern Tahuna 3-1 over FC Nelson Karini. Good result for Tahuna because in the past that would have been probably quite even. So Karini not quite having the season they did last season, and Tahuna definitely stronger. And if we look at the lineup for this weekend, Richmond have the bye and FC Nelson First taking on the reserves. That's going to be a good game. Guppy Park, 3:00. So neither of you can pick that one. I think you're away, aren't you? Yeah, so it's going to be a tough match, but I think just at the moment, Double seems to have that FC Nelson team in good form, and it is at Guppy, so I'm going to have to pick FC for that. Sprig and Fern Tahuna First taking on Rangers. That is at home, Sammy, at Tahuna Nui.
Blenheim. Yeah.
It will be a good game.
I think that's going to be a good game. Basically, if we get the rain, we're meant to get tomorrow.
But on paper, you'd have to say Rangers, wouldn't you, Sammy?
Form team, aren't
I
they?
think so. I haven't played against them in a long time, both those sides now. So it'd be interesting.
And then I don't know. I mean, the phone must be going because on Sunday, Rangers are taking on Nelson Reserves again. So Reserves have got to play Saturday and Sunday. But I think you might have said that maybe there's going to be a Friday night game.
I think they brought the games forward to Friday. So
Right.
Matariki. So I think all the games are going to be on Friday. So that was why we put that scheduled that way.
But they won't go over the hill on Sunday again, will they?
Yeah, they are.
Will they? Are
Yeah, they are. It's for a cup. It's a catch-up game due to the Chatham Cup when we played them in the Chatham Cup. So, the boys have got a big test this weekend with 2 games in 3 days. So.
Yeah, I think because of that fact, I'll have to pick Rangers. Are just going to be too strong, and the boys have to go over the hill. And then on Monday, it's a night game at Neil Park. Karini taking on the under-18s.
Yeah, again, just catch-up games from Chatham Cup and stuff. So, more games.
I'll probably have to go. I think under-18s will put up a good effort with this one, but I'll have to pick the Karini. I think they'll be a bit too strong. And our feature match, the result from last week, we had Nelson Suburbs Atletico, the guys that play the beautiful game so well. They win everything. They always win. What is it? The quiz nights and
brilliant at the quiz night.
Well, they went down 6-4 to the Wannabes.
Yep, the Wannabes.
What do you think tipped them up on that one?
Well, talking about Sam's old team, 3 or 4 of his old guys are playing in that team from youth. The Wannabes.
So the Wannabes aren't really Wannabes. They're actually not.
They've played a bit.
A bad side.
Yeah, they've played a bit, but they're just friends. They don't want to train. They want to turn up and play football on a Saturday. And I think if you look at their results, there's been a lot of goals for and a lot of goals against. But yeah, good game apparently.
6-4.
Yeah, apparently it was a really good game.
Yeah,
and a challenging pitch. I'm told. Yeah, pitches weren't great.
Oh, weren't they?
Yeah, very wet. So they were meant to play on S5 and it got moved because it's completely out. And Cobbles wouldn't play on it. So they had to move to another pitch that had 2 games on it prior, but was a little bit safer than the other one. So yeah, that was on a bad surface, but really good game.
All right. Well, the feature match for this week, it's second division, and I picked this one because I just think it's going to be a battle royale. It's the Spriggan Fan Tahuna Seconds taking on FC Nelson Locomotive. And how could you best describe these sides? They might have one training session during the week.
Tahuna twice.
Huh?
Tahuna train because they train with the first team.
Do they?
Yeah, Geezer's lot because Geezer plays for them.
What would Loco wouldn't change?
One, I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
And then go to the Spriggan for Milton.
I just thought mid-table.
Big game.
And the top 3 on the same points on the table, and these guys are next down, not far behind. So I thought this could actually put them into the top 4 or even the top 3, and good rivalry. This one, I think, would be a good game. So are we picking this Spriggan Fern Tahuna or Loco?
Oh well, Geezer's available because his boys play on Monday night. So coming off the left wing,
that's going to make the difference. Isn't it?
I think so. I think he's on fine form at the moment, Geezer. So I'm gonna pick Tahuna to win and Geezer probably to get a brace.
Right? Are you backing that up, Sam?
No, sorry, Geezer.
Oh, you've had Locos against do it.
I've played against Loco a few times, and I think I've lost a couple games to them. I'll back Loco.
Yeah,
Geezer will see you down the club rooms later on.
Yeah, he will.
He won't be happy. Southern League men. So now the girls, they get a break.
Yeah, they have a bye. Yeah,
because they've got a bye. Oh, there it is. There. That's what I was looking for. Southern League men's, and it's back into the fixtures. And this weekend we start off with Christchurch United taking on Nomads. That's on Friday, 7 p.m. Sam, what do you think? Nomads probably sitting middle of the table. Christchurch at the top, obviously.
I have to go with Christchurch United.
Too strong. Dunedin City Royals taking on Coastal Spirit, 12:30 on Saturday. Tahuna Park.
Be a tough
Tahuna
one.
Park. That's away.
That's the grass one. Yeah.
Oh,
that'll be a tough game for Coastal.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game. That'll be tight. I still think Coastal will nick it.
I think Dunedin could do an upset.
There you go.
One each way. I'll come back to your one. Cashmere Tech, your old side, Sam, taking on Selwyn United at Garrick Memorial Park.
Yeah, I think there'll be a high-scoring game. Cashmere.
Comprehensively. Neil tells me that they do watch down there, so be careful what you say.
Garvin's back as well.
Yeah.
Garvin's back. He'll score
is he?
4 to
Is
5
he?
in that game, to be honest.
Always back tick.
Yeah.
There you go. University of Canterbury taking on Wanaka Football Club. That is at English Park.
It's a big game.
Wanaka have to travel to that. But
Yeah.
Big game for unis
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, they'll be hoping to clinch that, and yeah.
So we're picking the university.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Wanaka.
I'm going unis.
One each way. That's good to see. And then Skiffy, you go down there, you have this battle royale in the Chatham Cup, and then you got to face them again. 2:00, Ferrymead Park, taking on Nelson Suburbs. So you're going to be able to do it again?
Yeah, hopefully. Again, I think we did really well in the cup and sort of seen what they sort of had and how they played. And yeah, I don't think they'll change much this weekend. And we'll go down and maybe make a few changes and just the setup and yeah, have a really good go at them. I think if we can get out of the gates early and get in the front, I think, yeah, last week we'll start playing on their minds a little bit as well. So yeah, we'll go down and go for it. We know that we need to win every game in the league now to push for top 2. So we can't afford to drop any points. So they're all must win. So the boys will be ready for that.
Good stuff. All right. All the best of luck to you. The FIFA Club World Cup and Bayern Munich 10, Auckland City FC 0. So there's no mercy law there. I didn't see the match, but look, the experience would have been fantastic for them. But World Club Football must be thinking, 10-0. It's a high score.
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, I didn't watch it.
I watched some of the highlights. Yeah.
Did we even get anywhere near close?
Not the highlights. It was all their goals.
That's all we'd have time for.
But yeah, tough ask. It's, yeah, big gap.
But it would have been interesting if you're defending against Harry Kane, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, someone like, yeah, the movement Bayern Munich and the players they've got, yeah, it's tough order.
Well, then, you know, you get, and like you say, look, yeah, long time between drinks. I mean, this tournament's going to drag out. June 16th, they play on Saturday. So, you know, they get a big long break in between. But then they have to take on Benfica from Portugal. So
champions as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't get any easier for them. And
I don't know how else you could do it. You know, are there going to be able to get that much of a mismatch with other games? Who's representing Australia, by the way? So who won it last year?
Well, they don't get in because it's Asia. So it's the Japanese sides that always win that.
Right. So it's based on conference. So Oceania are just going to get an absolute hammering every time, aren't they?
Well, again, with the new setup, I don't know with the rules, will they go again? I don't know if they'll change it. Because it's every 4 years now, not every year. So there might be a few changes in 4 years because we're amateur. I don't know. They might want all the teams to be professional. Maybe that's what the pro league's for.
Yeah, right. Maybe so.
Maybe going forward, that will be the team that goes. So, yeah, interesting. Great experience for them. I follow a couple of boys. I know them quite well. Young Conley from Ireland who plays for them at fullback, and been watching his social media and his TikToks about what they're doing and the travel and who they're meeting and stuff. So fair play to them. Enjoy it, embrace it. The score lines, it'll always hurt. Doesn't matter who you're playing against, but they'll keep battling away and testing themselves against proper professional outfits.
Yeah. Oh, look, you know, even for the experience and probably are getting quite a good following now. They'll get plenty of support over there. So, yeah, good luck to them. Well, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sam. Great to have you in, mate. And, you know, opportunity to catch up with you while you're at home and learn a bit about scholarships and pathway into USA football, and that experience must be a fantastic experience to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm loving it. No, thanks, Chris.
And good luck with your marketing qualifications. Hope you and give us a call in a few years. I won't be able to afford you, but you can give me a call. Thanks, Skippy. All the best, mate. Got to go down south again. Yeah, it's hard yards, isn't it? And then after that, tip back down to Dunedin.
Yeah, tough, but good that we've got games and we're still in the cup. And yeah. As I said before to you, if we can win this one, it puts us in the last 8 of the country, which is huge for us, and give the boys the opportunity to maybe play teams that we've never played against, and really push the region in football terms. So yeah, looking forward to the next few weeks and where we end up.
Good stuff. All right. Thank you very much. Local comp still heating up. Chatham Cup still alive with Nelson Suburbs men's, Southern League still going strong, and of course all the local leagues, both senior and juniors. Good luck this weekend. Enjoy yourselves. A huge thanks to the Turf Hotel, our venue sponsor. Must mention that on Thursday night it's the Lou Bragg Band, Hysteria on Friday, and then Lou Bragg Band back on Saturday, and Sunday is the raffle, $2,400 worth of meat. So make sure you come down and get your tickets. You can listen on Spotify, YouTube, MBS Talk Nelson website and social medias, also digital radio. Don't forget, if you want to be a guest on the show or indeed a sponsor, please get in touch. Be pleased to hear from you. That's it for this week, and we'll catch you again next week for more of Football Focus.
Talk Nelson Radio. It's the Talk of Nelson.